What if everything we believed about Megalodon was a lie? Groundbreaking 2025 studies prove this wasn't just an oversized great white shark. It was something monumentally larger. This apex hunter dominated Earth's waters for almost 19 million years, the biggest shark species ever recorded, more massive than even a Tyrannosaurus rex. Its jaws were so colossal, they could demolish a whale with one devastating bite. Then suddenly, it disappeared entirely, leaving behind nothing but hand-sized teeth and mysteries deep enough to drown in. What caused this ocean nightmare to vanish? Is there any chance it survives somewhere in the depths? Because what's more chilling than Megalodon hiding in the abyss is realizing we fundamentally misunderstood this creature from the beginning. Fresh evidence proves our assumptions were catastrophically wrong. What if Megalodon wasn't just swifter, but astronomically bigger than our estimates? Come with me as we travel back to when Megalodon reigned supreme. We're exposing the reality behind this enormous hunter and discovering exactly how scientists miscalculated so dramatically. Picture our seas dominated by a predator, triple the dimensions of a great white, possessing jaws wide enough to consume 2 humans simultaneously. Sounds unbelievable, right? But is it? To answer that, we must revisit a pivotal moment in 1666 and when fishermen captured a massive shark near Livorno's Italian coastline. The discovery so astonished residents that the local duke commanded this specimen be delivered to Niels Stensen, nicknamed Steno, a Danish anatomist based in Florence. Fascinatingly, the shark's dimensions weren't what captivated Steno most. It was the teeth. He noticed their remarkable similarity to tungstones, those triangular rock fragments that ancients believed were petrified dragon or serpent tongues. Steno proposed something radical. These were ancient shark remnants preserved in stone. He theorized that rock strata accumulated gradually over centuries, and objects like teeth provided windows into specific historical moments. This observation's importance revolutionized paleontology forever. He'd uncovered the true nature of fossils. This concept was groundbreaking. While excellent for paleontology's advancement, how does this connect to Megalodon? Since sharks lack skeletal bones, teeth frequently become their only preserved remains, making them our primary evidence. Megalodon possessed an abundance of teeth, 276 precisely, with some reaching 18 centimeters in length. Similar to contemporary sharks, Megalodon continuously shed and replaced teeth. They arranged themselves so each lost tooth triggered the one behind to advance forward. A single Megalodon cycled through 40,000 teeth across its lifespan. Put differently, throughout Megalodon's 19 million year reign, countless old teeth scattered across ocean floors. Each one held fossilization potential. These fossilized teeth unlock nearly all our Megalodon knowledge. We even derived its name from them. Megalodon literally translates to big tooth. To establish Megalodon's biological classification, paleontologists historically used these enormous teeth to pinpoint its closest living cousins. The formal description came in 1835 from Swiss-American naturalist, geologist, and educator Louis Agassiz, who designated it Carcharodon megalodon. Scientists placed it within the Lamnidae family genus primarily because its large, triangular serrated teeth closely resembled modern great whites, Carcharodon carcharias. Mike Gottfried's 1996 skeletal reconstruction reinforced this connection. He modeled Megalodon after the stockier great white we recognize today, calculating Megalodon's dimensions from tooth measurements. Pretty convenient, right? Mystery solved, giant great white confirmed. Jason Statham celebrates, and the Meg franchise dominates Hollywood. Not exactly. The early 2000s brought distinct dental differences and fossil record examination that complicated things considerably. During the mid-2000s, Kenshu Niebelin and colleagues performed extensive morphometric comparisons between Megalodon and great white teeth. They discovered zero overlap in tooth shape variations or root configurations. Simply put, great white teeth featured irregular triangular serrations, while Megalodons were finer and more rounded. Essentially, great whites probably didn't evolve from Megalodon as initially believed, but from something entirely different. In 2019, researchers officially reassigned Megalodon to the extinct Ottodontidae family, the megatooth sharks. This family includes Otodus obliquus, Megalodon's earliest ancestor from the Eocene period, approximately 60 to 37.5 million years ago. Today's consensus settles on Otodus megalodon as the scientific designation, though disagreement persists with some preferring Carcharocles. There's considerable dental debate throughout this story, honestly. But that overview captures Megalodon's lineage adequately. Scientists weren't only mistaken about classification, though. Something even more disturbing was emerging. Every Megalodon portrayal you've witnessed in movies, online, or nightmares is probably incorrect, because history's largest shark actually exceeded our initial size estimates, significantly exceeded them. For decades, Megalodon length estimates relied solely on abundant fossilized teeth and occasionally rare fossilized vertebrae. No complete skeleton exists. From available evidence, we calculated bodies measuring roughly 15 to 18 meters maximum until recently. This year, 2025, 28 international scientists led by paleobiologist Dr. Kenshu Shimada completely transformed our understanding of this prehistoric giant. Central to this reimagining is one exceptionally rare vertebrae set discovered in Belgium, now cataloged at the Royal Belgian Institute of Natural Sciences in Brussels. It measures an impressive 11 meters long, representing only the trunk. Head and tail remain absent. To fill these gaps, Shimada's team compared it against 165 living and extinct shark species. This enabled true size extrapolation, revealing Megalodon's head likely comprised roughly 16.6% of total length, while the tail contributed approximately 32.6%. Applying this to the Belgian specimen, the shark's complete length would measure around 16.4 meters, with a 1.8 meter head and 3.6 meter tail, aligning with current estimates. Here's where things turn extraordinary. Another even larger fossilized vertebra from Denmark measures 23 centimeters wide. This suggests certain individuals potentially exceeded that 16.4 meters, possibly reaching an astounding 24.3 meters, nearly 10 meters beyond previous estimates, rivaling blue whale dimensions and weighing a mind-boggling 94 tons. But revelations continue. Megalodons weren't just bigger, they looked dramatically different too. While reviewing an August 2022 paper where scientists constructed a digital 3D Megalodon model, Shimada's team noticed mathematical inconsistencies in the shark's proportions. Using the same 145 living shark species and 20 extinct ones, they compiled a database recording head, body, and tail proportions. Researchers then compared these to discovered Megalodon body parts, and findings changed everything. Megalodon wasn't a stout, tank-like great white whatsoever, but rather a streamlined fish with a considerably shorter snout compared to great whites. It featured a flatter, almost compressed jaw equipped with extraordinarily long pectoral fins supporting its weight and dimensions. It resembled a lemon shark more closely. The same study unveiled something deeply unsettling. Fossilized vertebrae indicated baby megalodons were born enormous, measuring between 3.6 and 3.9 meters long. But that's not the disturbing part. Like modern great whites, they likely practiced intrauterine cannibalism, where embryos consumed unfertilized eggs, fueling early development. Survival of the fittest embodied. These shape revelations led Shimada's team to discover a broader marine biology pattern. This new, streamlined, more menacing configuration explains why Megalodon achieved that whopping 24.3 meter size his team estimated. Stocky bodies, like previous Megalodon reconstructions, generate far more drag, severely hindering efficient water movement. These constraints explain why modern great whites typically max out around 7 meters. Larger dimensions would sacrifice the speed, making them dominant predators. Identical logic applies to animals like blue whales. They reach 30 meters owing to sleeker, more hydrodynamic shapes enabling hundreds of thousands of miles of ocean travel. Megalodon's new lightweight frame may also explain its global presence. The species spreads so widely that Megalodon teeth appear on every continent except Antarctica. Based on our discussion, Megalodon appears superior to great whites in every conceivable way. Not just unrelated, but more refined, fitter, larger, superior. It makes today's fearsome great whites seem rather inadequate. But don't dismiss great whites yet. They hold one final advantage. One that delivered a fatal blow. Now we finally understand what this creature was. How did something so dominant simply disappear? What failed for Megalodon? How did the ocean's most terrifying predator just vanish from history? We know when Megalodon went extinct because discovered teeth date roughly between 20 million and 3.6 million years old. Why Megalodon went extinct proves less straightforward. It flourished for millions of years in the Miocene epoc's nutrient-rich waters, certainly enjoying a good run. But all good things end. One recurring theory suggests approaching Ice Age conditions brought colder water temperatures Megalodon simply couldn't tolerate. However, data from scientists Catalina Pimiento and Alberto Ferran suggests otherwise. When analyzing Megalodon's global distribution through time, Pimiento discovered Megalodon inhabited colder latitudes successfully, and its distribution didn't correlate with known warming or cooling trends. These findings complement Ferran's work theorizing Megalodon was likely mesothermic, a warm-blooded animal type maintaining body temperature somewhat warmer than surrounding water, therefore tolerating wide temperature ranges quite well. If planetary conditions couldn't eliminate Megalodon, what did? Pimiento's research showed Megalodon's global abundance and distribution peaked during the Middle Miocene, roughly 11.6 to 16 million years ago, before declining. Interestingly, this correlates with massive losses of whales, dolphins, and porpoises, Megalodon's preferred prey. Extinction rates of marine megafauna, the largest genus or species of particular animal groups, were incredibly high in the Pliocene. Among losses, 55% of large marine mammals, 43% of sea turtles, and 9% of sharks, totaling 36% of large marine species extinctions. Sea level changes may have also indirectly impacted Megalodon. Fluctuations were common during the Pliocene and could spell disaster for a giant shark if coastal habitats with abundant food were affected. As this occurred, Megalodon likely faced intensifying competition for remaining resources with, guess who? The great white shark himself. After everything, Megalodon's size could have been its downfall. Great white evolution, a smaller creature requiring less food, meant Megalodon never really had a chance. A deep-sea David versus Goliath. So how is it that 3.6 million years post-extinction, numerous eyewitness accounts and documentaries suggest it's still out there? Could Megalodon really be hiding in the dark depths, Is it possible it's lurking in the Mariana Trench, awaiting the perfect reveal? Well, briefly, they almost convinced us. One of the best-known Megalodon-alive conspiracy fuelers was a 2013 documentary investigating the huge shark's continued existence. Watched by millions, it was admittedly quite compelling. It showed a blue whale carcass discovered off Hawaii appearing brutally attacked. A program scientist explained the culprit must have been Megalodon-sized. Other scenes purportedly showed 6-foot-tall fins protruding from the ocean near similar blue whale attacks. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on perspective, many missed the opening disclaimer stating the species' potential return wasn't fact-based. The entire documentary contained faked photos, footage, and actors portraying scientists. There have been other unconfirmed living Megalodon sightings naturally. In 1918, a fisherman off eastern Australia claimed witnessing a 31 to 95 meter long shark stealing lobster pots. As recently as 2022, NBC Boston headlined 2 Megalodon sightings off New England. Spoiler, it was a basking shark. Another common Megalodon survival argument points to how large animals like giant squid took time for scientific discovery. However, their remains washed ashore and were caught by fishermen for decades, if not longer, providing concrete evidence of their existence before full specimens were recorded or seen. By far the most common Megalodon survival argument claims we've only explored 5% of oceans. While potentially true, thanks to science, we needn't explore extensively to know a giant whale-killing shark isn't there. Megalodon was an apex predator. If they still existed, orcas and great whites would never have assumed their role. It's no coincidence that from roughly Megalodon's extinction time, whale sizes exploded. In the absence of large predators like Megalodon, Pleistocene whales were twice the size of Pliocene ones, hence the blue whale's appearance. But I've saved the best theory for last. Don't worry, I hadn't forgotten. What if Megalodon's just hiding in the Mariana Trench? Love this. A theory popularized naturally by Jason Statham's film The Meg. That story was actually based on Megalodon teeth discovered near the trench by HMS Challenger in 1873, considered new because they were unusually white, dated between 24,000 and 11,000 years old. The reality differs dramatically. Instead, the fresh pearly whites were likely just uniquely well preserved by a thick manganese dioxide mineral crust, significantly reducing decomposition rates. Recent Megalodon teeth? Absolutely not. No way. Other problems exist too. If we've learned anything from this video, it's that Megalodon likes eating, and eating extensively. We made a Mariana Trench video. Please check it out on the channel. We showed exactly what's there. And reality is there's not much. Certainly insufficient food to adequately feed a 24-meter mega shark. Incidentally, snailfish are the deepest dwelling fish, but we don't find them until well past 8,000 meters, quite possibly for the same reason. There just isn't enough to eat, and they're only 20 centimeters long. So there we have it. Our time-traveling journey to the true land of giants and one of the most gloriously monstrous beings ever to exist reaches an almost anticlimactic conclusion. Something so mysterious and powerful feels like it deserves a fireworks and explosions finale. But instead, reality proves rather humble. Despite that, it doesn't diminish Megalodon's intrigue. It seems fitting that something so elusive kept a 19-million-year-old secret. And that leaves me feeling very satisfied indeed. Yes, Megalodon is definitely extinct, but its mystery endures. There's just one way to know for certain what Megalodon was, and like any good murder mystery cliffhanger, they've never found a body. So until then, giant lemon shark it is. Let me know you've reached this point in the video by leaving a lemon emoji in the comments, as tribute to Megalodon's lemon shark transformation. And I'll see you in the next one.